All right, so today we're going to be diving into some pretty cool ways to train your brain
Yeah.
and, for better memory focus and I think all around mental sharpness, right?
Right.
We are going to be taking inspiration from a YouTube video.
Okay.
It's called How to Train Your Brain to Think in English.
Interesting.
It's from the Learn English podcast channel.
Cool.
And, some people might be thinking, hold on, I'm not trying to learn English right now.
Right.
But trust me, the techniques they talk about, they can apply to anyone, really.
Yeah.
Who wants to keep their brain in tip-top shape.
I agree with that.
It's like hitting the gym, but for your mind.
That's a great way to put it.
Instead of your body.
Yeah.
It's for your mind.
Just as we exercise our bodies for physical health, we need to engage our minds to keep them strong and flexible.
Right. And get this.
Okay.
A Harvard study
No.
found that learning new skills can actually improve your brain function. And it might even help delay some of those age-related cognitive issues we all worry about.
That makes sense.
As we get older,
Yeah.
it's not just about feeling sharper today. It's like you're investing in your future brain power.
I like that.
Right.
What's fascinating here is that the brain is incredibly adaptable.
Yeah.
It's constantly changing, forming new connections based on what we do and what we learn.
So how can we take advantage of that?
Well,
How can we make sure our brain is like at its peak performance?
yeah.
The video highlights a couple really cool techniques.
Okay.
One that stood out to me was the memory palace technique.
Interesting.
Have you ever heard of that?
I have heard of it, yeah.
Okay, so basically,
Yeah.
you visualize a familiar place like your house,
Okay.
and you associate things you want to remember with different locations within that space.
It's like creating a mental map of information
Mm-hmm.
using vivid imagery and spatial awareness of a place that you know well.
Yeah.
For example, if you're trying to learn a new English vocabulary, you can imagine placing each word in a specific room in your house.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm.
So maybe I could put verbs in the kitchen, nouns in the living room.
Yeah?
It's almost like turning my house into a giant game board for learning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the more senses you engage in this process, the stronger those memories will become.
Wow.
Sight, sound, even smell.
So like if I was trying to learn a new language, like let's
Mhm.
say I'm trying to learn Spanish,
Okay.
and I put the word for apple, manzana, in my refrigerator.
Yeah.
So I could see it.
You got it.
I can hear it. I
Mm.
can smell it.
Exactly.
That makes it really stick.
Yes.
The video also talks about using rhymes and songs to help information stick.
Yeah,
We all remember the alphabet song, right?
of course.
It worked when we were kids, and guess what?
Still works.
It still works.
It does.
Music has a remarkable ability to enhance memory.
Absolutely.
Think about it. It combines words, rhythm,
Yes.
often strong emotion. It creates such a powerful multi-sensory experience that helps the information stick.
Yeah.
And they give some fun examples in the video.
Oh, really?
Like using Let It Be by the Beatles
Okay.
to practice simple phrases and pronunciation.
That's cool.
Or even belting out We Will Rock You by Queen.
A classic.
You can't forget a line like you got mud on your face after that.
That's a great example.
Yeah.
The combination of music and repetition embeds those phrases in your memory.
It's like sneaking in some brain training while you're jamming out.
Right.
But here's where it gets even more interesting.
Oh,
Did you know that physical exercise can also boost your brain power?
that's right. When you're working out, you're not just building muscles. You're also increasing blood flow to the brain,
Oh.
which helps with cognitive function and clarity.
So that feeling of mental sharpness after a good workout is real?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And research from Harvard Medical School
Oh, wow.
shows that exercise increases the production of certain chemicals in the brain, specifically brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, which plays a crucial role in memory formation and learning.
Wow. So it's like a 2-for-1 deal.
Right.
You're getting physically fit and giving your brain a boost at the same time.
Exactly.
The video mentions that even just 30 minutes of moderate exercise a day can make a difference.
Exactly. Even something as simple as a brisk walk can have a significant impact on your cognitive health.
So no need to train for a marathon, just get moving.
Mhm.
But it's not all about sweat and study.
Right.
The video also emphasizes the importance of play and social interaction
Yeah.
for keeping your brain engaged.
Yeah.
It's like permission to have fun while boosting your brain power.
Indeed, a Stanford study found that activities like drawing and journaling
Oh, wow.
can activate different parts of the brain,
Interesting.
leading to a more well-rounded cognitive experience.
Okay.
They actually stimulate areas involved in visual processing,
Yeah.
motor skills, and even emotional regulation, all of which contribute to a healthier brain.
So doodling in your notebook during a meeting might not be such a bad thing after all.
Quite the opposite. It could actually be helping you process information more effectively.
That's great to know.
hmm And when it comes to social interaction, even casual conversations can help stimulate our brains.
Oh, so it's like they say, use it or lose it.
Precisely engaging in conversations, sharing ideas, and even debating different perspectives can challenge our thinking,
Right.
strengthen our communication skills,
Hmm.
and improve our overall cognitive flexibility.
And don't forget laughter.
Oh, yes.
Video talks about how laughter is like brain food.
Ah, yes, laughter. It's not just about feeling good. It's actually been shown to release endorphins, like
Hmm.
dopamine and serotonin.
Those are those feel-good chemicals, right?
Exactly. And they play a role in regulating mood, focus,
Okay.
and even motivation,
Wow.
all of which contribute to better cognitive performance.
So next time you're feeling stressed, just pop on a funny video or call up a friend who always makes you laugh.
Yeah.
Your brain will thank you for it.
Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about creativity. The video emphasizes the importance of engaging in activities that stimulate our creative sides, like painting, gardening, or playing a musical instrument.
You know, I've always wanted to learn how to play the guitar.
Okay.
Do you think that would actually make me smarter?
Well, a study from Harvard found that musicians actually have more gray matter in certain areas of their brains,
Interesting.
particularly those involved in memory, auditory processing,
Hmm.
and motor control. It's like their brains have developed enhanced neural pathways due to the complex demands of playing music.
So maybe I should dust off that old guitar and start taking lessons.
It's certainly worth a try, and even if you don't become the next Jimi Hendrix, you'll still be benefiting from the cognitive challenges and rewards of learning a new skill.
Speaking of learning new skills, the video mentions that being bilingual can also have a significant impact on our brains. It's like giving your brain a constant workout, right?
It's exactly. Research from the University of Edinburgh has highlighted that bilingual individuals tend to have enhanced memory and multitasking skills, as well as better attention control and cognitive flexibility.
So it's not just about being able to speak two languages, it's about training your brain to be more adaptable and efficient.
Think of it like this. When you're constantly switching between languages, you're essentially forcing your brain to juggle different sets of rules and information.
Oh, wow.
This mental juggling act strengthens those neural pathways involved in executive function, making your brain more agile and resilient.
And that kind of mental agility can be beneficial in all sorts of areas of life, from problem solving to decision making to learning new things, even learning a new language, which is what you're doing right now.
Absolutely. It's like giving your brain a competitive edge.
But even the most powerful brains need a break. Sometimes the video emphasizes the importance of rest and recharge to process information and consolidate memories.
Indeed. And the best way to do that is through good quality sleep. The National Sleep Foundation recommends 7 to 9 hours of sleep for adults to improve cognitive function and overall well-being.
I know, I definitely feel sharper after a good night's sleep, but sometimes it's hard to resist that late night Netflix binge.
I understand the temptation, but think of it this way. Sleep is like hitting the reset button for your brain. It allows your brain to clear out the clutter, consolidate memories,
Oh.
and recharge for the day ahead.
So it's not just about feeling rested, it's about optimizing your brain's performance.
Precisely depriving yourself of sleep is like trying to run a marathon on an empty stomach. You might be able to push through for a while, but eventually you'll hit a wall.
So we've covered a lot of ground here, from building memory palaces to busting a gut with laughter to getting those ZZs.
It's clear that there are so many fun and fascinating ways to train our brains, and it's not about finding one right method, but rather exploring different techniques and discovering what works best for you and your individual goals.
Exactly. But before we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with a thought-provoking question inspired by everything we've discussed today.
I'm intrigued. What's the question?
If juggling, playing music, and speaking multiple languages can physically change the structure of our brains, what other surprising activities might have this power? Yeah, it really makes you think.
It is fascinating to consider.
What if those everyday things we do, even the ones that seem mundane, are actually shaping our brains in ways we never imagined?
Like what?
Well, like what about activities that require intricate hand-eye coordination, like knitting or playing video games? Could those be enhancing our neural connections in ways we haven't explored yet?
Possibly. I've heard that knitting can be incredibly meditative, almost like a form of mindfulness, and gamers, well, they're known for their quick reflexes and strategic thinking.
Right, so maybe there's a connection there.
There's certainly potential. And what about the impact of spending time in nature?
Oh, yeah.
We know that exposure to natural environments can reduce stress and improve mood, but could it also be influencing the physical structure of our brains?
I know, I always feel more refreshed and creative after a walk in the park. It's
Mm.
like my mind gets a chance to declutter and breathe.
There is growing evidence to support that feeling.
Really?
Studies have shown that spending time in nature can actually boost cognitive function and even improve memory.
So maybe our brains aren't just shaped by what we do, but also by where we do it.
Exactly. It's all connected.
It really is.
And this brings us to the broader point of this deep dive.
Okay.
It's not just about finding quick tricks to boost your memory or learning a new language.
Right.
It's about cultivating a lifestyle that supports cognitive health and well-being.
It's about being mindful of the choices we make each day and how those choices impact our brains.
Yes.
Whether it's choosing to learn a new skill, spending time in nature, or simply getting enough sleep. We have the power to shape our own cognitive destinies.
And remember, this journey of brain training is ongoing. There's always something new to discover, a new challenge to embrace, a new way to push our cognitive boundaries.
So keep exploring, keep learning, keep challenging yourself.
Yes.
Your brain will thank you for it.
Absolutely.
And who knows, you might even surprise yourself with what you're capable of.
That's the beauty of it all, isn't it?
Yeah.
The brain is an incredible organ full of untapped potential. We're just beginning to scratch the surface of what it can do.
This deep dive has definitely left me feeling inspired and ready to put some of these techniques into practice. Thanks for joining us on this journey of brain exploration.
It's been a pleasure delving into these fascinating concepts with you. Until next time, keep those brains buzzing.
And remember, never stop learning.